No, we even need to reduce, we need to charge it.
The of the day. I'm so happy tonight. You know, one of the reasons why I'm happy is because this woman here, if I told you how we met, it will amaze you. It will amaze you. I just, you know, it's just a testament to the fact that there are still very good and sincere people on this planet Earth. Okay, so before I introduce her, let me just give you a brief, you know, intro on how we met. So I needed to do a surprise birthday for someone. So a client from the US called me. And let me also tell you something. This is the first time I was going to be putting a surprise package together.
Yeah.
But nobody. And so at the point where the client reached out to me, they sent me their list. 1 minute, please. Yeah, sorry, there's a dog barking, so I had to get to that.
No problem.
I was saying, so the client reached out to me and they sent me their list. So when I saw their list, you know, as a professional that I am, so I just said, give me a few minutes, and you know, I had to go and press some doors, and I went to check, and within less than 15 minutes, I've been able to get back to the client. And so I was just looking for somebody who could do a helium balloon for me because I needed something, you know, something that is very, very presentable. And I need somebody that will not scam me. And so I was just checking the street of Instagram, and I came across this particular page, and I said, let me check this woman out. We have been together since then. And I can tell you that this woman, her spirit is so, she's so free-spirited. Her spirit is so contagious. Like, you will get to know her. Like, she does not even, in fact, when she begins to talk, you'll be like, for real? You will think we have met like 2 decades ago. But, you know, the relationship has been very, very cordial. I have no regrets so far. You know, I've been seeing how she's been able to scale. In fact, that is the reason why I'm bringing her here. Ordinary balloon, you know, and she's been able to scale, you know, through hugs. The business is thriving. I cannot lie to you. So I appreciate the fact that she started somewhere, she grew this business, and she's where she is today. So she's also an educationist, and she has a 14 years plus experience as a school consultant. And now let me also tell you, she was actually doing this as a side gig, you know, but now she's into it full time. So her name is Mrs. Ronke Ajenifuja. She's a mother of 2 handsome boys, and she's really happily married. So I want to introduce to you Mrs. Ronke rather Ajenifuja. She's the mastermind of Helium Balloons Nigeria. So can we give her a mind shifters welcome? Let's welcome her. Let's welcome
Thank
her.
you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You're welcome, Ma. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can.
Awesome. Awesome. Good evening, everybody. It's great to be in your midst this evening. And thank you for having me, Coach Remy. I'm really, really happy and grateful for the opportunity to be in your midst tonight. Yeah. So thank you for having me again.
Yeah, the floor is yours. So let's get started.
Okay, so okay. So okay, basically, this is Ronke. This is Ronke Jennifer. Like she rightly introduced, her I've been in the educational world for years. I mean, it's about 17 years, but I had to shut it to the 14 because initially I actually started as a nanny in a crèche. You know, we grew from being a nanny to a class teacher and then to a PA and then to an administrator. But I mean, it didn't happen in a jiffy. It took years of being mentored as well by a boss. I believe saw some kind of potentials in me, in a nanny, and decided to groom me in the process. Okay, so actually that was where I discovered my love for children. I won't lie to you. I found out how much I love being with children. You know, you can basically catch me rolling on the floor with children, and things like that. So that's how I got into schoolwork. And then by the grace of God, we grew and grew and grew and grew to having to be administrator, having to get appointments on the island from mainland and all the rest to the glory of God. So, I don't know what else you want to know about me. I'm also an event planner. Okay, let's say um, I do a lot of things. So I call myself either a mompreneur or a serialpreneur. You pick the one you like because not one tag fits. Yeah. When you're you dabble into real estate, when the opportunity arrives, you consult for schools when they call you, and then you still have your event management business that you have to look into. Okay, so helium balloons actually came from my event planning business. Like she said, we met through the surprise she had to plan for someone. Now, helium balloons came to be from the fact that I was running a surprise company at that time. And then I would need helium balloons on the island, and it would be like traveling to whoever had it in Ikoyi or Lekki to get it and then coming back. So helium balloon was born out of necessity, yeah, to solve my problem. I never knew I was going to be solving other people's problems, yeah. I just wanted it because I needed to solve my problems. But to the glory of God, it's scaled up to a business whereby we started in our bedroom, yeah, in my bedroom. I think coach can testify. There are times that she'll call me, maybe a video call, and I'd be in my children's room, joining balloon with one hand, speaking to her over the speaker of the phone. So it started from the room, and to the glory of God, we have a space, we have a store now. So helium balloons is doing great. It just shows that, look, the Bible says, whatever your hands find to do, you do it well. And then watch him bless the work of that your hand. That's what I believe in at the end of the day. You've got to at least have something for God to, come into and bless and expand and bless you through that source. So that's how helium balloon came to be. Who would have thought that Baloo will now be the share person, share lady, among all those things I counted, yeah, that I do. But right now, Balloon is actually topping the list, if I'm allowed to say that. So yeah, over to you, Ma. I don't know if you have questions for me or any other thing you'd like me to share, please. Can you hear me, Ma?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. That was too
You're
good.
welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking questions because, at Mindshift series, basically what we do is that we help individuals, to have so much the power of the mind. Because one thing I realize is that if you can conquer the battle in the mind, what keeps trying to fight the very thing that you believe you can achieve, and if indeed you can actually conquer that battle in your mind, we believe that the sky is just the starting point. And so some individuals who feel, okay, because COVID actually happened, and a lot of business, went on solo. So I really want you to tell us, how were you able to scale? Because see, it is just mere balloon. How did this actually start? How were you able in this, this battle in your mind that this can actually take you far? What did you see? What did you see on this journey? Because you told us that you started as a nanny. So how did you transition from being a nanny to what you're doing at the moment? So can you just tell us a little bit of the transitioning that you had to experience into what you're doing? Thank you.
Okay, so transitioning from being a nanny, I didn't automatically go from being a nanny to an event planner, or into helium balloons as we're known today. Yes. It took years. Like I said, it's been 17, 14 years of being in the school world. I still consult for schools when they need my services. It's no longer your regular 8 to 4 p.m. Job for me. It's a matter of me visiting your school, and putting up necessary structures for you. So yeah, the need to actually like stand on my own, do what was mine full time. I don't know how to put it, yeah. But I was working for a boss at that point in time, a lady boss, managing a school, and the vibes, I don't know if you understand, coming from her after like a year plus were not so favorable because I was pregnant at that point in time with my second son. Yeah, so a lot of things were happening. Sometimes you just find out that okay, you're uncomfortable where you are. It's like it's time for you to project out. It's time for you to take the bull by the horn. I don't know if you get what I mean. I don't know if you've been in that situation before. Yeah. I was just not comfortable anymore because I felt I was not being appreciated enough, because when I work, it's a part of me. I give 120% of myself. I don't know how to hold back. As a school administrator, if you're a parent and you're calling me at 11 p.m., 11:30 p.m., I am still picking your calls. I am solving your problem. I am solving the situation. That is me giving 120% of myself to someone else's business. Yeah, making the money for you. Normally, as a school admin or school head or manager, once it's 6 p.m., your official line is supposed to be off. But because of the kind of person I am, I don't know if it's too good for business, but I do not know how to totally detach myself emotionally from work and myself. So even when it's not convenient, I'm still trying to solve problems. I'm still trying to, make peace. I'm still trying to make sure that there's damage control, So that's you giving 120% of myself in my own view. I don't know about any other person's view. Yeah. So now you do all of that and you still feel like you're not being appreciated. So it's not always about money. It's always about money for me. I remember back then I used to say what I want to earn as salary because I have this confidence, this backing that what you're employing me for, I will scale through, I will succeed. It's a God-given kind of confidence. I don't know if anybody understands, but it's just there. Like you invite me to your school and you're telling me, and this school has been there for 3 years. We only have 20 children. I hear that your front person is spokesperson for the school, like you meet with parents and marketing and everything. I don't get scared. You're giving me a challenge, it's fine. I tell you, no problem. I can do it, even though I don't have any special powers. But there's always that confidence, that inner inbuilt confidence. I think this came, sis, I don't know if I've ever told you that I had an accident as a child. Did I ever tell you? You're not aware. Oh, I actually limp. When we say in person, you see, I limp. I limp bad. Yeah. I was in the hospital for a year because of the incident. Now, while on the hospital bed, they were going to amputate my leg when they were not seeing progress in treatment and money was going. But my mom insisted that they keep treating me, you know. And so while there, I used to get a lot of visit. You know, pastors would visit hospitals on weekends. They'll pray with you, they will share with you, try to encourage you not to lose hope. And then I was also lucky with the kind of siblings I had who knew God from secondary school days, you know. And I'm the last in my house, the last one in my house. And then they bought me some books, Nobet, I think Nobet Young, The Power of Positive Thinking. I think people really need to read it. It's just a pocket-sized book, or really small kind of book. People need to read that book. And then I was picking things from it, even while in the hospital, that you can actually be what you want to be. If you can dream it, you dream it, you think it, you live it, it becomes a reality for you. So there's always this power in imagination for me. Now, because of all of those nuggets that I was getting, there was nothing possible. I didn't think I was different from the next person because of my leg. I did not think that because my I don't have two legs to walk like you guys. I was on crutches for another 1 year after leaving the hospital. That you were better than me. No, I even felt special to have been alive after the incident. I felt like I had a special purpose. I felt like, who do you think you are? I spent a year in the hospital for crying out loud. Do you understand? So instead of the situation to have brought me down, it like leveled me up. It like gave me more confidence in myself, which should have been the other way around. Yeah. So I tell people when I was in secondary school, or maybe when I was in college, and they were like, oh, sorry, you know, new people that are just meeting you, and then you're working, and they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with me. And they're like, oh, I'm like, actually, I can go to Aso Rock with this lady and they will open the door for me. That's how much confidence I had in myself. So first of all, I think as a person, you need to realize the power that you have over your life, that you can actually make things be the way you want it to be. I will not lie to you. Most of what I've done or achieved so far in my short life happened from having imagined it first. That's the power of dreaming. You understand? You call things forth. That's what the Bible says. The power of life and death lies where? In the tongue. So you call things forth. So, but before you can call it forth, you have to have grabbed the concept. You have to have thought about it. Do you understand? Sometimes the Holy Spirit will just drop an idea in my head or in my mind. I'm like, the next thing I'm carrying my pad and my pen, I'm jotting it down. You get? I know sometimes soon I will come back to that idea. So yeah, everything from being a nanny and then moving to an event planning and then having an helium balloon shop or store, first of all, came from me wanting to be more, yeah, and also believing that I can do it. I don't let things scare me. I, I, I don't let things scare you. I'll give you an instance. And people really need to understand this thing. Apart from the fact that we're Christians and we believe that, oh, there's faith. Oh, I believe God. Do you understand? Because there's a place for everything. You also have to first discover who you are. You need to know who you are as a person. You need to realize that your spiritual actually controls your physical. Like when I wake up on Mondays, even before the store, even before we opened the store last October or when, I just declared to myself. Now, this is different from praying, dear Lord Jesus. You understand? We're praying normally as Christians, you pray, or Muslims, you do the, excuse me, you do the regular prayer. I think they call these affirmations. Yeah. I bring the universe to my favor with my mouth, not any other thing. So I go, okay, I'm stepping into the new week. All the good things in this week are mine. Sales, I'm selling out. You're locating me for good. I want awesome customers. I want to sell out this week. This week is going to be my best week yet. This week is going to be this, it's going to be that. Do you understand? I'm speaking forth what I want to happen. I am telling the universe how it's going to be. And because I've said it, and because the Bible says the power of life and death lies in my tongue, what happens? It manifests. Because there's a power that follows that word when you say it. There's also a saying that says that life does not give you what you want. You need to demand what you want from life. And how do you demand it? By dreaming it, by speaking it forth, and then back it up with actions. I cannot speak those words and sit in my house and not post on Instagram where you found me. Would you have found me? You would not have found me. So you back up those your expectations, those your words that you've spoken to yourself. You back it up with actions. Again, go back to self-confidence. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. I was just with you earlier. I said that people selling away. I don't know if we have Yorubas in the house. There are people selling away on Instagram, and they sell out, like sell out away. There are people who sell pomo jebu on Instagram, online, different platforms, and they sell out. Just like a balloon seller like me is selling out. You know, it now felt like it was when I joined the balloon world that balloon people now became crazy about balloons. It felt like if they had not bought balloon for that particular thing, no, they've not celebrated. Do you understand? They've not had an event. Balloon has been there for years now. Even me that is selling the balloon, I didn't care about balloon back then. Balloon was just there, you just feel like you buy balloon when children are doing that day. But the craze about balloon came to be more during COVID. That was last year, sit at home. And I think it came from the fact that the way vendors projected balloon this time around. We made it look like that you are alive during this period. You shouldn't waste any second of it, or not celebrate a loved one or a friend. And how do you do it? We can't party, we can't this, we can't socialize. Order balloons and we deliver to your loved one. And then people went crazy over that. Now, it wasn't them, it was the Holy Spirit working in my favor and other balloon sellers' favor, because we have spoken it and then it's being backed up by that force. People started to order balloons. Thank God we found a way to send it. There was sit at home, you couldn't move. But to the glory of God again, I was lucky. Some taxify driver moved into the apartment opposite mine. So it was a matter of I need to deliver this balloon to Ikoyi. I need to deliver this balloon to VI. You understand? I need to deliver this balloon to Ikeja. And things like that. So things were just falling into place. Because I was certain that it was a success already, not will be a success, that it was a success already. Although I didn't imagine the magnitude of how successful it will be. You understand? I was just selling balloons because I needed balloons. And then later I saw the need for it. And then I grabbed the opportunity. And then God is doing his thing, because it's not over with me yet. He's doing his thing. Yeah. So first of all, people sisters in the help need to realize that you're enough as a person and that there's no idea that is stupid. No idea. If an Ewedu seller can be packaging Ewedu and be sending to the US outside the country and they are selling, my sister, what can't you sell? I know that people even package kuli, kuli now, the other granite type. They package it, they sell it abroad, and these people are making money. So no idea is silly as long as you can back it up. You believe in yourself, first of all, that there's nothing that is impossible. And again, don't measure your achievement by the next person's achievement. You're not that person. You don't know where that person is coming from. Like I still have mentors that I look up to in this balloon industry. There are times I have issues and I quickly call. Hello, Mama, this and this is this. So what's up now? I don't understand this balloon. I was inflating it with helium. 36 inches. It busted in my face like that. Balloon of about 20,000 naira wasted. Busted in my face. You understand? Mama, what's going on? And then she will give me tips again. Like, oh, maybe you did this, maybe you did that. You understand? So you cannot still know it all. We're all still growing. Yeah. So if you see someone in your niche, you can always like approach it. I know how social media people can be. Yeah. They always feel that you want to steal their idea or something. Meanwhile, someone was doing that thing before they themselves started to do it. You understand? I can't count how many people I have mentored since I started that are selling balloons, both here in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, in Calabar. They just enter my DM or my WhatsApp. Ma, please, I want to do this, I want to do that. Can you put me through? No problem. I'll tell you what to do, where to get things from. If I have, I sell to you. If I don't, I send you to my wholesaler where I get my things from. It hasn't stopped my business from growing. Rather, it's spreading my own wings. Because when I now get jobs outside of Lagos, I can call up such people and tell them, can you handle this for me? That's a case of something that happened last week. I had a marriage proposal in Abuja to decorate, and I am not in Abuja, but I do jobs in Abuja because I have people there that I can call. I'm leveraging on relationships. And then I call you and I'm telling you, look, I have a marriage proposal. This is my idea. This is what I want done. Can you do it? Can you handle it? You understand? How much are you going to charge me for it? Fine. I said to you, I've built my own client already. I know what I'm billing my client. And then the work is done. If you go to my page, I just posted it tonight. You understand? So collaboration also matters a lot. You cannot, it says you can go far, but you cannot go all the way. I cannot remember that adage now or the proverb. You understand? If you want to go far, one thing, like that. So it's not a day thing, but the important thing is take a step. Take a step. Take a step of faith. And do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt the God or you're serving, whether you're Muslim or a Christian. I want to believe that it's in both the Quran and in the Bible. Yeah, that you can do all things through God that strengthens you. Like I told you that I'm a serialpreneur, and my motto is I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. As long as it involves money, call me. I will wake up in the middle of the night. I would answer you. Even when I don't know that thing, I do not tell you no. I accept first. And then I go make my research and find out who can do it. Do you understand? You never say no to an opportunity because you don't know how far the opportunity will take you to. So I go find out first. Hi, this and this is it. How do you do this? How do you do that? And then I get back to my client. Work done. So it's a mindset thing already. You have to have that mind shift that you can do anything. You've got to believe in yourself. Know that nothing is impossible. If balloon is sustaining me, how much more other businesses? How much more other things? Do you understand how much more other ideas out there, that we can dabble into, and with God on our side, it becomes something, tangible that is now obvious, and people are calling you up for, I want to train, and stuff like that. So, but like I said, it's a gradual thing. It did not happen overnight, but I knew when it was time to be on my own. Do you understand? For some people, you can manage your 9 to 5 and have a side hustle. Yes, I have a lot of friends who do it. When they tell me, I'll be like, what? Really? You have a full-time job and you're this active online. There are ways around it. I mean, most of them are not the ones online. They have what they call social media managers. Yeah. So they just give the person their content, what they're doing for the week. Their own is just to be answering WhatsApp messages, be sending out goods to customer and receiving alerts in their accounts and things like that. So yeah, we have people who actually have full-time job and still have side hustles and they make it happen. It's not impossible. It's very doable. But for some of us, you just know that okay, maybe you're earning 50 or 60K per month and then you're using 40K as transportation, and then lunch is there. Oh, please, at the end of the month, what do you have to save? What do you have to show? Someone cannot even call you for assistance, and you're able to send 5,000 naira to the person. For that kind of a thing, that's not working. That's slaving away for another person. I mean, pick up something to do, learn, grow on it, get more knowledge about that particular thing you are interested in, and then take the step of faith. Take a leap of faith and see what happens. Yeah. Over to you, Ma.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How many? My notes is actually full. I've actually taken down so many things.
Oh, great.
I don't know if anybody have a question. If you have a question, you can drop it in the chat room or you just unmute yourself and ask.
Okay.
Now, you were talking about collaboration and, because one of the things while, one of the theme that we have for the coaching call for this month is actually the power of a focused mind. And in all of the things that you have put across, I could see that each step of the way, you have like a guide, by which that is what that you walk through. Now, when you talk about the fact that, sometimes when you want to go into the new week, you declare things. You talked about the fact that, we shouldn't allow what other people are doing, to intimidate us.
Yeah.
All these things are criteria for you to have a focused mind. Because the truth of the matter, when you check what other people are doing and you realize that, oh, you're not even measuring up, there is every tendency for you to begin to have a kind of
Self-doubt. Self-doubt, yes.
Guess yourself. And then times you even check what other people are doing and you realize that it's not even really different from what you're doing. You judge by other people's followers. See, I can tell you for a fact, I'm not so crazy about followers, but I'm telling you that the things that I'm doing, even people up to 50,000 followers may not even be doing as much as I do.
That's it.
Do you know, in recent time, Instagram started pulling down people's, pages on Instagram. People built themselves massive audience.
Yeah.
I'm talking, talking about close to a million followers.
Wow.
You know what it is? Yes, I know of one guy like that his page was pulled down. But you know what these guys did? He started contacting people and he said, you know what, even if I fall, I'll rise again. He has started big, as at yesterday when I checked, he now has close to 400K followers.
Oh, wow.
Between the day that I'm talking to you. So now tell me, because that guy was focused, that's why we say there's a mindset that you must have to journey through this entrepreneurial journey. You must have the mind that is thick, that can weather situation.
Yes.
Such that if when you fall, you don't stay there for long, you rise. Now, what if that guy has said, okay,
I'm giving up.
Where do I start from? Now, let me also tell you something. He identified the fact that he was pained. He didn't bear it all, trying to camouflage to think that everything was fine.
It was good, yeah.
The guy said he felt it. He said, but he didn't stay there for long. He said 2 days after, he started trying to gather the next move. Today, he has, I'm sure by the time I'm talking now, maybe he's even reaching 4.5K now.
Wow.
So now I can identify with some of the things that you said. You talk about imagination. You said we have to imagine, to be focused.
Yeah.
Your imagination has to be intact. So you imagine it, you dream it. You know where you are headed. Now you
exactly. You do not let anything shift you. You keep going. No matter what hits you, you pick up again. And you keep going.
You were a nanny, but you were diligent with what you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
From moved, yeah. Today you're an educationist and you also run an event, outfit now that is heading into having a massive, balloon industry, so to say. Now, I love the fact that you said that, for you during COVID, you break even. You started, you didn't say, okay, so because there's not going to be gathering now.
Nobody hosting parties.
We strategize. Yeah. That is the power of a mind. When a door closes, you
another
think of
one
door.
opens. Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Sometimes when you're pitching to a client and it seems the person is not responding, on to the next.
I don't wait. I don't wait. If you make inquiries, if you make inquiry, I know you're supposed to follow up. If you make inquiry and I give you all the details, and then you don't respond, I follow up once. Once you do not give me a green light, I let you go. Because I have, how many people use this Instagram, please? Over 1 billion, how many billion did they call it? So you get. Now, I believe there's also this thing about customer reasoning. They feel like when you're pushing them too much, coaching them too much, is it that you want to scam them, or you have overpriced that thing, or you're not even good enough? So you get. So you pushing them up. When are you going to buy? Madam, when are you transferring money? Madam, should I send it today? Those things actually push your customers away. I've learned. So you get. So I don't push too much. If you make an inquiry and I follow up once and you don't respond, I leave that chat open. Funny thing is, they will come and look for me. They will come back. They will go around. That's what they are doing at that point in time. They go around checking for alternatives. But they will see that, okay, this one is not pushy. Okay, see, she knows what she's doing. And she comes back. I like to give the sisters in the house. I don't know if we have men. Do you have men in the house? Because I've been talking about women.
Yeah, we have men, but we have men in the cycle, but they are not on the Zoom comments. But
okay, so let me drop this tip, this marketing tip. So I don't know how many of us are entrepreneurs or planning to start one. It's like you have a shop now, and somebody comes in. A lot of us, everything we do is mostly online. Even with the store, we're still more online. It's just to come and pick up. And a few working customers that come, we still depend more on the online presence. Yeah. So now, for example, a client enters your you have created any customer experience. That's it. You get. Now, a good salesperson, in fact, this is one thing that's been stopping me from getting an online virtual assistant, because most people just sound like robots. I believe you've experienced it. They come to your DM, or you go to their DM and you say good afternoon. They say good afternoon. Okay, I want to make an inquiry. It's 200 naira. It's 2,000 naira. You understand? And that's it. I'm sorry, if I'm that customer, I will not be comfortable enough to send my money to you. Maybe because I have been in the school system and I've been in relationship with people, having to relate on behalf of schools, with parents, with staff, you understand? So I'm not comfortable with such. So if you enter my DM, even if you do not buy from me that day, trust me, you're coming back to buy another day. Because the way I'm going to treat you, And then you're entering my DM, I'm like, oh, good afternoon. How you doing? In my writing, not in talking. No. Do you understand? I take my time. And I'm like, oh, I trust your day is going well. How may I be of assistance today? You have already like brought down whatever that person was doing. You have brought it down. They will have dropped all their fears, their caution. They will have dropped it by one side just by doing that greeting visit. And then the person goes to say, okay, I want this, I want that. You do not go straight to money and say, okay, it's 2,000 naira, it's 3,000 naira. I don't know if you're understanding me. I'll ask you, what are you using that thing for? Oh, is it birthday celebration? Are you sending it to someone? Is it for you? Is it for a loved one? Do you get? And then they're like opening up to you, giving you more information. By the end of the day, I might even tell you that what you're going for is not the right thing. Why don't you try this option? The option may be more expensive, but because you've like made them feel welcomed, you've made them feel like a part of that your business, they are important to you. Call it 100,000 naira. They'll pay for it. And apart from that, they now refer people to you. I have a client that entered my DM last year. This year, Easter, she's in a school as well, somewhere in Ikoyi. I've not met her in person. And then she sent me a very funny picture of a balloon, of a rabbit made with balloons and all the rest. Can you do this? I looked at it. I'm like, I should be able to do it. She said, okay, send the code. I did. Like that. You know, I really appreciate it. And things like that. So and because of that, she's comfortable enough to refer me to someone else who is now a buying customer. So let's learn that. First of all, it's not always about money when you are selling. It shouldn't be about your profit. It should be about the experience you're going to give that person using your product or buying from you. Do you get? You want to make them put them in a friend zone. Remove that. Let's be official. Let's be official. We're not in a bank. You're in a space whereby there are 1,001 people actually doing that thing that you are doing. And so, what's going to stand you out? What's going to make you different? You might have all the skills, you might have the best product, but if you're not different from the next seller, next vendor, it's the same old same. So you want to create a very nice experience for anybody who comes to make inquiry. Don't make them feel like you're after money, you're after profit. You understand? I just felt I need to drop this in. It's working for me and it can definitely work for every other person. Yeah. You just need to be a bit more sensitive to people, to customers, and you see how much they appreciate it. Yes, thank you, sis. Please, you can go on. Sorry for interrupting you. I like to talk very well.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so do we have anyone with question in the house? Do we have anyone who has a question? Okay, so let me also bring you to this. So now you talked about collaboration, and I know that a lot of people have reservation, collaborating with people. We're discussing sometime this afternoon, and we're talking about the fact that, sometimes, because maybe some, and so they just want to go solo and be doing things on their own. And I also realized that there's something Instagram does now. It's like a collaboration.
Yeah.
So for, I can pitch my business along with yours. If we run the same line of business, I've forgotten there's a name that is being put into it. But if I really want more audience, if I really want more people to view what I'm doing, let's say for instance now, there's a particular balloon that you have, do you understand? And a client is making an inquiry from me and I don't have. So I could bring you into like a limelight in such a way that I tag you such that I will be more visible on your own platform.
Okay.
For have more followers. I don't have more, and I really I want to sell some of the stock that I have, so I could collaborate with you, such that when I tag you, so I have, how can education be sold online? Okay, somebody is asking the question. Okay, we'll come back to that. So do you, when I tag you on that particular post, I get more?
Yes, people are scared because they've gotten their fingers burnt, like you said. I just experienced one that I was telling you this afternoon with a photographer and a client that I linked to, and then I was supposed to get the balloon decor job, but then the photographer went and said he could do both my job and his job together, and I lost that business, So that's part of that's one aspect of collaboration that scares people. But then in you get this is not going to stop me from still working with other people, still collaborating with other people. No, it won't. But I think that let me just share this. When I came online into knowing that money could be made online, I think that was 2019. Yes, early 2019. That's when I discovered Instagram was for money. Before we just used to post pictures there, and things like that until 2019. Now, one of the people that I happened to be following back then, she did a good number on us. I also like to encourage people when you see courses, the little you can afford, take them because it's not easy. There's a lot of technical things about this, our Instagram as well, that most of us focus on. And so it's not easy to find someone to hold you by the hand, to put you through on how you're going to do it, how it's going to be like when you're going to post, what you're going to get, this and that. So you might want to take courses when you come across courses. We started with 1,000 naira courses, 2,000 naira courses, 3,000 naira courses. I still take it up to today, as a matter of fact, because I don't have the 50, 100K or 50K payment for some. I'm hoping to get there too by the grace of God. Yeah. So going back to collaboration now, from these small courses that are there, they already made us know that collaboration was key online. Now, but how you do the collaboration, you don't really have to collaborate with someone who is doing what you're doing. It's like, for instance, maybe I'm into skincare products, and then you are also into skincare products. If you collaborate with that person, you're not going to get any result. Do you get? It will be like you both fighting each other. But if you do skincare and then you collaborate with someone selling perfumes, you both still have the same target audience. Or you do skincare and you collaboration with someone doing clothes line for ladies or whatever, or shoes and bags, that's still your niche. You're not doing the same thing, but you're in the same niche. Do you get? So you want to collaborate with people who have the same target audience as yourself. It's just like a matter of that photographer. You understand? He's a celebrity photographer. He snaps people for pictures, weddings. Hey, okay, I do balloon decorations. I do birthday decorations. Here you get. So he has my audience. I have his audience, even though it's not totally the same thing. So we can feed on each other. He can post me and tag me. I can post my work and tag him. Like, oh, check out my decoration. So person did the photography. I did that with the Abuja job that I said I was not there. I did that with the videographer. I tagged him, he tagged me on his page. That's giving me visibility to his audience. I'm also giving him visibility to my audience. So people who like the work, they will go and follow him. The day they will need him, they just contact him. People who like my balloon deco, saw it on his own page, Obella Ninja, where he has tagged, they will come and follow me. And the day they need me, they contact me. So that's how collaboration should actually work. And you can reach out to people like, look, I want to collaborate with you. Can I post for you this week? And you post my own this week as well. Yes, we used to do that. Like the examples I gave you. I can post lovely perfume from your page. I'll tag you. If you need affordable perfume or designer perfume oils, This person is your best plug. And then she posts my own advert as well. You need birthday balloons, decorations, event planning. Check out indianballoon.ng. Check out luxury surprise planners. Do you get? So that's how collaboration should actually be. You feed off each other. You cannot compete with someone doing the same thing as you. You guys will have loggerheads at the same time. In fact, you're not helping yourself because now you are confusing your audience. So they are now confused. Should I buy from K? Should I buy from Ronke? They are confused now who to buy from. But you want to pick someone doing similar things as you. So when you're projecting that person's business to your audience, he's also projecting your own to his own audience. And so you understand, you're selling and selling, you're selling and selling. You can even make this a thing in the academy, in your academy. In a week, you can choose Thursdays or any day that is less busy for people. If you have entrepreneurs in the house and you tell them to pick somebody that they want to showcase their business for that day, you both post each other and tag each other. It helps a lot, you know. So that's the thing about collaboration. Yeah, it's good, but pick the right person to collaborate with. Don't collaborate with someone doing exact same thing as yourself, but similar audience. Yeah. So now I think you said there was a question about how to sell.
Yeah, somebody is asking that how do you sell education online? I think the question is, do you understand that question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the thing with that, I run School Boosters. I suppose it's a consultancy for school growth for schools. They tell you how to go about it, how to grow your schools, marketing aspect and stuff like that. Now, how to sell education online? That was like hot cake last year now. Another hot cake as we open up and you know, because school was closed. Children had to learn. So everything went online. How do you sell education online? My dear sister or brother, Abba, you can create courses. You understand? I can't remember this woman's name. I just came across her page recently. She has a 3-year-old that she took us in the house, but she documents everything and posts on her Instagram page. You can create courses. I don't know what aspect of education you are into. Maybe you can drop it so I can elaborate further. But you can create courses that you sell. You can have online training. You can have online. In fact, online education, as in you can make a hell of money from it. I'll give you an example. My niece and nephew attended Day Waterman College in Ogun State, and so when pandemic happened, then everybody had to stay home, and they were doing online teaching, of course. But you see, some of the teachers took it further. They created WhatsApp groups. They went to Google Classroom and created stuff and then sent out to a few parents that they knew that, okay, extra lessons can be done online now. Do you understand? Just like they were doing the regular class lessons online for the children. And my dear sisters in business, when the pandemic was over and they asked teachers to come back, I can categorically count the number of teachers that didn't go back. Do you know why? Because they were making like times 10 of what the salary was. Then Waterman is not a small school. They pay in dollars. So they pay their teachers well. So for a teacher to have said, I'm not working anymore. I like this my online teaching. You can imagine how much this guy was making. He was billing parents maybe per hour was about 10,000 naira to take a child. Do you understand? So if he takes a child 2 hours, 3 hours in a day, my sister, we're talking 30,000. And then if he takes that child 3 times in a week, we're talking 90,000 in a week. Multiply that by 4 in a month. And it's not taking one child though, but taking someone that has 10 children, 50 children. It just needs to outline his timetable to suit all these students. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that was him making money, cashing out. At the end of the day, he was saying millions every month. To the extent that I had to say bye-bye to his day waterman employment and said he was not doing that again. He would continue the online. So you can sell courses, you can sell lessons online. Do you understand? You can a number of things that you can do. You can hold live classes online. if you are a teacher, if you're in the teaching aspect, or I don't know, I'd like to know what exactly you do in education. You know, it's quite broad as well. Are you into the administrations? Are you into teaching itself? You understand?
Okay. So Mrs.
So there's a
Oteka,
number of, sorry?
I'm trying to call out the person that asked that question, to
Okay.
more
Yeah,
on.
so there's a lot that can be done. There's also this lady or a few ladies who do phonics classes online, and they charge for it. They charge well, 30,000 per course, just per training for phonics, just to teach people how to speak well online. You're not going to any class, so you're not renting any space, any office to train them. Oh. You will train them online. In fact, what these people do is that they've already pre-recorded those courses. Do you know what that means, sis? They are making money in their sleep. That's what it means, oh. Because people will keep buying and paying for these courses, and they will not break one sweat because the work has been done. You just pay my money, I send you access to the course. You pay my money, I send you access to the course. You can just imagine that. So it's the new age. In fact, education online is the cocoa, if I'm allowed to say. You're making a hell of money. Imagine that teacher that was doing home lesson and making millions in a month. Eh? Which school will pay you 1.5 million in a month now? What do you want to teach the child? You want to break the child head and put book inside me.
Okay, so she just sent, I don't know why I'm thinking she should unmute herself and talk. She said it's a skill academy with a television station with it.
Huh? I don't understand.
I don't understand also. Please, can you
Can she
unmute?
speak? Okay.
Yeah, Mrs. Oseka. I don't know. Sometimes. Hello.
Tell her to press the microphone button.
Yeah, I'm telling her. Can you unmute yourself? Well, she said it's a skill academy, so I don't know.
What does she mean skill?
Okay, maybe what she's trying to say. Hello, coach, please let me talk to you later. Oh, maybe she's not where she can actually talk. Okay, well, still also going to be on the platform, so she can actually also ask this question. Maybe you could do a voice note, if you're going to be typing, a lengthy, yeah. So maybe she can ask on the group platform. So now what I'm saying is, okay, let me try and see if I could understand what she's saying. Okay, so maybe like skill acquisition, like there's something Daystar does, it's called DISAP. So where we have people come and they are being taught how to do shoemaking, pastries.
Okay. Vocational trainings and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe that's what she's referring to. That's okay. She's having a skill academy. Okay. So how can she search online? And I also know that they started something. How they did it, I don't even know. But I know that during COVID, they still brought, the skill acquisition, what's it called, program, and people were doing it online. So it's just boils down to what you said about, pre-recorded,
lessons. Yeah.
Learning. Yeah. So you have to be there outrightly teaching, maybe like on Zoom like this. Of course, I want to also be, opportunities like that.
Some live sessions so that people can ask questions and things like that.
But most times, I see that COVID has actually come to debunk a lot of, ideas that we have about things.
Yeah, that things can be done, except in a certain way.
No, not until, and when eyes are full, we can actually achieve things. No.
Yeah.
It's in fact, COVID has come to demystify all of those beliefs.
Honestly,
there is no limitation as far as I'm concerned. In fact, I think, I can say this very well. before COVID happened, my business has been strictly online.
Okay.
Yeah. Even before I foresee that there was going to be a decade that,
Oh, wow.
Happened. I do not have any physical store.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just like I sell like a Jumia or other, and I make things happen for you. So even when
Okay.
and I knew that people were not dressing, this is not fashion time. I picked up what I was doing when I had my plan B, which was food. Yeah, when I started newly, it was my plan B when I wanted to exit 9 to 5 job. My plan B was to go into raw food. And so all of a sudden, I just switched. I have had
And that was it at that point in time. People couldn't go to market.
some stickers as far back as 5 years ago. And so when people saw me labeling my products, they could not understand that how during pandemic, which printer did I get to make this happen for me?
Wow.
Now that opportunity meeting preparedness.
God bless you. That's it.
So you don't have to say you are limited because you cannot see people, you can't gather people physically. No, there is nothing like that again. Recorded. In fact, even it was during pandemic that I started Mindshift Series Academy.
You see?
Selling courses on how people can start drop. I sold courses of. In fact, I have somebody here who I use our house as a studio, well put together studio. And I did my first drop shipping course. You won't believe that it was a house that we used. Well put together, well edited.
Wow.
And people on my, on my circle came to buy the courses. And today I do one-on-one coaching with people. People who are confused. Maybe you have been doing a business and you just realize that it's like you're not getting it right. I help you, I put you, that's why I said, I move you from a point A to point B to point C. I help you rediscover yourself. So it's a mind shift. It's an academy. And it was even during COVID that I started Mindshift Series Academy. I registered, company, so to say. So there is no limitation to what we can do.
Absolutely.
So that you want to sell education online, there's no limitation. Just go to look for a studio. Just if you're interested in about this studio thing that I'm talking about, you can private chat me and let's talk. It's not going to, you don't have to break the bank. This lady set up a room. I think they have 3 bedrooms in their house, and set up a place in her house. That's where she does most of her recordings. And you won't even know. She put well together, I think she did wallpaper, put a bookshelf, a mini bookshelf behind, all of those things that we all see. People are using in their house. Beautiful, wallpaper somewhere at the corner of their house.
Very true.
Awesome. And you think they are in a virtual place. They are
Very
operating
true.
from
their bedroom.
things. That's why knowledge is very important. Most times, like, I don't have this much money. And where will I now get a virtual place? It is not like that. People
start from somewhere first. Yes, you can source these things.
You understand? So you just need your mind to be focused. You just need to know where you are heading to. And that's self-serving. So I don't know if any other person has, more questions to ask, because we are gradually coming to the end of this class. So if anybody has any other thing to say, maybe like a contribution, or you have something that you also want to, it might not even be something business. It can be a career thing. You can see she has 14 years. In fact, she's even saying that it's even 17 years now being an educationist. So you can ask question. I'm sure she can. Okay, somebody is raising their hand. Okay, so there's our program head is raising her hand. Bukola Ashere, so you can ask your question, please.
Okay, it's not a question, person. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for this evening eye-opening meeting. It's not a question, but I just want to say thank you. One thing I've learned from this, and I'm going to take to heart, is creating an experience for my customer. So it is not just, yes, it is not just, I don't know if I try in that aspect. I think I try in that aspect, but I'll be intentional about it now.
Yeah.
So it's not just about, do you have this? Yes, I don't, or call back. And I will, not put it in their face all the time.
Yeah.
And I also support what Coach Remy said, because this year has been a very wonderful year for me, and I can say that I've not been on Instagram on my business page this year, maybe like twice, but despite the fact that I've not been on my Instagram page this year, I've made sales.
Awesome.
People still DM and say, "Oh, do you still have this in store?" Or do you
Oh,
still have
wow,
this?
that's good.
And then they say, "Oh, you are not very active." And I have a lot of things at the moment on my plate. But that's why I want to say that it doesn't matter the number of followers you have.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Yes, it's about the experience you give your customers anytime they come into your space. How do you treat them? How do you treat them? How do they feel? It's like a journey. Do they feel? And one of the things, and that example you made, I've experienced this a lot of time. And sometimes I feel like, well, this person is answering my questions anyway, and I get my order. So I will just not mind and make payment and everything. But I do understand that aspect of experience. And about collaboration, thank you for breaking this thing down. I've been beaten. I've been beaten. As in, you share an idea with someone, and the person will just carry on with the idea and move on. And because maybe particularly this person has more followers or is more influencing
more resourceful at that point in time. They can come up with that thing. Yeah.
Yes. And they take it. Yeah, so it makes you feel you feel kind of you feel like, how can I trust?
Point in time.
You feel discouraged. But at the same time, you now fall back to this self-confidence. So that means you have something that can actually work, but because you still feel that you have to go through.
And then someone else is using it. Someone else is tapping your own resources.
So, thank you. So this good line in line, and we will, in our circle, we have Network Thursday. We'll take the idea of maybe tagging ourselves in people that have like complementary
services. Exactly.
So products.
Exactly.
Complementing service and product is just wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, ma'am. I'm so glad that you got something out of it. Thank you.
That's a very, very, very good point that she actually raised, and I really love it. I actually seconded all of that too. So, lastly, so there was something you said about the fact that that the spiritual controls the physical, and honestly, tell all business owners that see, running business, especially even in this terrain, not having something to fall back on, you'll be doing yourself a disadvantage.
A lot of harm, a lot of harm.
And if you're a business owner running a business and you want to run a global business and you're not reading, I'm also very, very sorry. You may not really, really go far. That's the truth. From the beginning, it might look like, okay, people are coming to you, but I'm telling you that we are in a very vast generation that is thirsty for knowledge. So aside the fact that you are running business, I love the fact that Mrs. Ronke is also talking about the fact that she has courses listed, that she's also doing. So see, these are the things that you do that position you as a professional, number one, then also a thought leader in what you're doing. Let me tell you some of the things that really came strong in my heart at the middle of the year was the fact that I need to take on more responsibility for mind shifts. Because let me tell you, even as at the time I started mind shift, I was like, what is in it for me? Like, what do I want to say? What do I want to teach? I realized that the little light of mine that I have my own audience that will come for that knowledge. Now, so I try not to limit myself, not to limit whatever it is that I've been able to gather. Because see, let me tell you, I was doing one-on-one coaching with somebody who was doing drop shipping. Do you know at the end of the day, this lady had to drop shipping and venture into something newly. And now she's doing fantastically well. She said, coach, and I realized that I was doing it in a very wrong way. Do you understand? And now she's booming. I'm telling you, under the space, this lady just need discovery. And the moment she discovered, in fact, at the end of the day, she's still owing me. Maybe she'll be listening to this thing. You will pay. Because I know that the money that you are making now, you didn't finish paying me, But the truth of the matter is, she sought after knowledge. Now, let's assume that because she was becoming frustrated doing drop shipping. And this is the same drop shipping that I'm doing and I'm smiling. Somebody else is doing it and is getting frustrated. Now, so it shows that there was a knowledge gap. She didn't quite understood what she was doing. And she sought out for knowledge. And now she's happy now. In fact, when she's talking to me, she's always coming to tap my knowledge. And I know when she comes to tap my knowledge, but what do I do? That's what coaches do now, you understand? Because the space is so large. So what am I driving at is that I'm not hearing you, Mr. Aronke. She's saying something. Unmute yourself, please. Unmute. You're muted.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You were saying
okay,
something.
I thought she needs to start paying for tapping the knowledge now. She needs to start paying.
So we are in a knowledge. We are in a knowledge, what's it called? In a knowledge system.
It's a knowledge-based system right now.
We all need to equip ourselves. So now I was saying that I started becoming very deliberate about mind shifts. And I realized that ever since I started this thing, even my client base increased. The likes of people that comes now, maybe they've been seeing me from afar as maybe it's an hobby but because they now saw that I now have an academy where I also teach people, I realized that people, not even in our terrain, people overseas now come to do stuff with me.
Hallelujah.
Had trust issues. In fact, I have been putting together Christmas gifts for people since October.
Oh.
They've been sending in funds to say, Remy, just secure them. Just secure them. When it is December, then we distribute. Wow. Up until 2 days ago, somebody from the UK just chatted me. I thought it was a joke. I put something together and I call it health. I title it health hamper. For domestic staff and for school.
Oh, wow.
Your teachers, in schools, you could give your school teachers, your children teachers. I have been doing this thing for the past 4 years. And so every year it keeps getting better. When I started this package, I was doing 2,005, 3,000. This year, the package I'm putting together, as in same, something way more than, I'm doing it for 12,000. And this client to reach out to me and say, can we even make this thing more personalized? and I'm doing 18,000 pack, and she's giving them to some less privileged. I'm putting together about 50 packs.
Wow.
Now, when I put that content together, I was trying to get people's ideas that what do you look out for in a pack that you could give your domestic staff. A premium client can say, Remy, you know what you delivered 3 years ago, I love them, but I also want you to add 1 or 2 things together. That will make it a whole, health, package. That client, the person that gave me the idea, I sent that message to a lot of people, but do you know that what she gave me stood out? And the fact that she's a high net worth individual. So I had to think in her head, like if she could come up with this is what she's looking at. And those are the people that I want. I do not want somebody in December, a lot of products will come out. This thing, you can't reach more than and this person reached out to me and even paid me part payments to say, Remy, secure some things.
That shows they trust your brand.
That is it. So I don't want to dim your lights. I want you to be focused. So when she said the spiritual controls, the physical, I want you to just give us a brief about that. And up on that, we'll call it a day for this, month coach. What's it called? Coach.
Okay.
Okay. For the month. So
okay.
So you said the spiritual controls the physical. So can you tell us some of the things that you do that has helped you, in controlling your week, in controlling your mind for the week, in controlling how things happen to you and how you are able to, weather through all of those things?
Okay, so basically, there's not much I do. That's the funny thing. I'm not even your regular prayer warrior kind of a person. Yeah, when I'm praying, it's like I'm having conversation with my father. Do you understand? I'm like more like gisting with God. You get if something makes me pray as in I'm shaking and really, do you understand? Really in it, then that thing, that issue must be really big, must be really grievous. And see, there's no way I cry to my God that it doesn't hear. He always pulls through. Do you get? So when I say the relationship I have with God is not like gisting with your dad. You might not believe it, but that's the truth. Yeah. Now, the spiritual part of it, I don't do anything extraordinary. I'm very sure from what other people does. Yeah. But one thing that I have held on to for the better part of my life has been to not allow negative thoughts to dwell in my head or my mind for too long. In fact, it doesn't. Immediately, there are times that something will just come like a flash. Do you understand? It's from the devil, if you will permit me to say. And if you're not the kind of Christian that has been taught that you reject things that you don't want, you counter it immediately. Trust me, those things happen. I don't know if anybody has experienced it. I'll give you an instance. So there was a time we were living somewhere. I think then I just got married or something. And I don't know if anybody knows Abraham Adesanya Road very well in Nigeria. The road is very dicey. It had all these corners on the express. And it was full of bushes then. Yeah, before you will get to another town, another settlement, you'll have met with so much bush and water in the corner of the road. And so there's this particular junction that leads to all the beaches that we have in that Aja, Attican Beach, all of those roads. But you see that junction, they always put I don't what is ebo in English? Is there a word for ebo in English? Ebo as in those things. Can you hear me?
Sacrifice.
God bless you. Sacrifice. They always put it at the junction of that road that leads to the beach. Do you understand? Because that area is still a bit rural. There are still indigenes living there with new people. So you usually will see those things by the turning to the beach. And so most of us try to avert our eyes when we're getting to that junction. I don't want to be seeing that early in the morning. And so there was a day I was going to work. Normally, I would take keke napep then to work. It was just 100 naira. I was at work. And then this thing came as we were coming, nearing the place that, okay, let one car just come out now. The other side is filled with water, very big, massive water. And then the spirit said, okay, let one car just come out now and hit this Mara that you people are in. And hit you people inside that thing. And then, but because of my own understanding of things, I quickly said, I reject that in Jesus' name. That is not my portion. I cover myself, everybody in this car with the blood, everybody in this Mara with the blood of Jesus. I am not your candidate. It's not my portion. Sis, immediately we got to that junction. It was a second that we missed the jeep that would have hit the Mara into the water, just like that spirit said it was going to be. Now, if I had kept quiet, if I had not spoken against it, trust me, I can't hear you. If I had not spoken against it, that thing would have happened. Do you get? So where did that come from? My spiritual controlled my physical. I was able to overcome that thing because I was in the spiritual realm and I knew the right thing to do was to decree against it. So you see, when I tell you that the spiritual controls your physical, it's not a joke. Your mind is very strong. It's a strong tool. Your mind and your tongue, those two things, don't joke with them. Every week, it's not even just week, every day, when I step into the store, I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for another wonderful day. Thank you because I'm selling out. Thank you for great customers. Hallelujah. And I'm done. It doesn't have to be fire, fire, fire before you see this thing we are talking about. Oh. As long as your heart, your faith is in sync with what you're saying. And that's why you shouldn't say negative things as well to people, to yourself, to your children, because it's being backed up spiritually. So you want to be careful what you say every time. Do you understand? And then the heart of being grateful. I don't know if people realize these things. I'm not taking it too spiritual or Christian, so you get, but be grateful. See, when I wake up, even if I don't pray, I'm like, thank you for today. Thank you for the gift of life. Hallelujah. Thank you for my children, for my family. Lord, I'm grateful. I don't ask anything from God, see. I don't say that cow, that Range Rover, and that house in Banana Island that I've been looking at, and when are you going to give me? No. I'm full of thanks for the little that I have because I know that it will keep doing it. It will multiply it when I'm grateful. And so I've not even sold, I've not even seen clients, and I'm already saying thank you for sales. And I'm saying thank you for another wonderful day. Thank you for good news. Thank you for safety. Thank you for provisions. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your mercy. And so tell me how those things will not abound for that week or for that month. Because I have called it forth as if it were. And so it will happen. That's what people need to realize. It's power of faith, power of positive thinking. Anybody can do this. Anybody can achieve it. Do you get? Anybody can achieve it. Just speak it forth. And don't waver. Don't say it. And then the next thing, somebody is calling and giving you bad news and you're accepting it. No. You let them know that's not my portion. No, that's not it. That's not how God said it should be. That's not how I planned my week to go. During the COVID era, one of my topmost prayer was, Father, I will not cry over any loved one. I will not lose anyone to COVID-19. They will not cry over me. I will not cry over anybody. And I give God the glory. None in my circle, nobody that I know or that knows me died of COVID, both here and in the abroad, though the people abroad. I mean, it takes grace. It takes grace. But if you confess what you want, the Lord will help us. Yeah, so that's what I meant by power of positive thinking, or your spiritual now backing up your physical. It's not impossible. Just believe it. Speak it to the universe, and it will happen. Start practicing it. In fact, with small things. Don't start with big things. Yeah, start with small things that you feel is minor, and see whether it will come to pass or not. Just speak, declare what you want with your mouth, and believe, and you are good. There's nothing impossible to do. If your mind can conceive it, then it is doable. If you don't see it, then it can't happen. Maybe it's what you see, what you think that would manifest, that you will walk towards. I said, this is a goal. If you didn't first conceive the idea, where is the goal coming from? So yeah, your mind first your mind, have that mind shift that you can do anything. Whatever God drops into your idea, know that it is, whatever idea comes in, know that it is God, the Holy Spirit, that is dropping that idea. You didn't conceive it by yourself. If you did not think it will work or it's for you, it will not drop it in your heart. That's the thing. And so when you drop it, I know people that when they get ideas, they wake up, even in the middle of the night, their books and jotters beside them. They quickly write it down so they don't forget when they wake up in the morning. Because the Holy Spirit can visit you at any time. You might be eating, you might be in the bedroom, you might be singing. I mean, the idea just flashes. And if you are not this conscious kind of person, it will just wash off like that. It won't come and give us viral and people and say, "Okay, wake up. I have another business idea for you to do." Yeah, when you wake up, go and meet so. Yeah, write proposal to so. No, it's just going to come like a flash. And you need to grab it at that point in time. And then now you develop it, you work on it. So basically, that's it.
Wow. Thank you. Please, my begin to, just say thank you to Mrs. Runke Ajenifuja. I want to tell
Thank you.
Wonderful time with you. Well put together. Very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me, Ma.
When we call you at some other time, you would actually, give us a yes, right?
Definitely. I pledge to.
So for
Thank you, Ma.
on the platform, we might have, because we're going to share the replay, and I know some people, maybe because of one thing or the other, they couldn't just come up, but because we are close to about 35 on the platform, I think. So I know a lot of people, they're always waiting for the replay. So it's possible that situation beyond their control couldn't make them, to be here tonight. So, but whatever it is, I know that everybody will still get to this and they will appreciate, the lot of knowledge that So I want to say a very big thank you. It wasn't a wasted time. We have had some light bulb moments, even within this period that, you have had to take on the power of a focused mind. And one of the things that I'm actually going, home tonight with is the fact that you said you have to dream it first. So if you don't even have an idea, if an idea did not even drop at all, so we can't even talk about, you having a focused mind. So because it actually comes from you having an idea and working on your idea such that that idea comes into real manifestation and become a reality such that you can also through. And when other people see you, treading on this path, they can believe in what you do. So it means that validation comes from you first. And so when you now push it to the outside world, they now see it and they begin to embrace what you do. So thank you. I want to believe that for everyone who weren't too sure of what they needed to focus their mind on after tonight, I want to believe that you'll be able to have a mind sheet such that you will know what particularly you need to focus your mind on going forward. And so till we come your way in December. So December, I think we should be talking about vision board, because 2022 is going to be a gangster. Nobody's going to, because it's still about the power of focus. You understand? Because if you're not focused, I don't know what you want to achieve. Honestly, you can't achieve anything because you can't even believe in anything. You can't believe. So we'll come next month. So keep pushing, keep, being yourself, and keep focusing what is necessary and important. Thank you, Mrs. Ronke Ajenifuga. We wish you all the best in all of your enterprise, in all of the things.
Thank you.
You follow her on Instagram. I'm going to post it on the page. And so when I'm also doing a recap too, I will also put some of our other handles, because you never can say. Some people might be interested in education and they may want to, come to you for a consultancy, so to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All the best in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.